I'm Tom Colford, and I'm originally from Nova Scotia in Canada, an island called Cape Breton. Made my way from there to Toronto about 10-ish years ago, and then in January, after doing the summer intensive online, moved to New York to do the 2-year program. I grew up dancing and acting, and some music stuff here and there, and was really about like theater in my community. And then around high school really fell into dance and was kind of like, okay, you know what, like acting feels less immediate when with dance, there's that biological pressure of, at some point it's maybe going to be a little harder or not at all possible. So I graduated when I was 16. I moved to Toronto. Literally the first day I was done all my commitments and just started working and training there, and did that for about 6 years, and found my way back to acting through dance, and then kind of realized, you know what, this is giving me something that I'm not getting elsewhere, and something that I've really been missing in my life, and just felt like this really strong pull to dive back into it and recommit. I was taking the subway from Brooklyn into Manhattan for the first time since I'd been here, living here, not just like on a trip. And I was just taking it in, and there was this specific moment where you start to see the buildings start to kind of shift, and you start to see the mix of like the new and the old, and like the history and what's been built on top of that. And then you see you're approaching the bridge, and you see the other bridges, and you start to see the New York skyline in the distance. And it really, like, that was really the first time it landed on me. It's like, no, I'm here doing this thing that I love, and kind of the mecca, at least in North America, the mecca for doing that thing. And I'm part of this history right now, and I'm part of this story right now, and it's part of my story. And that's something, fail miserably or not, that's something that's mine. No one can take that from me. The first time I bumped into one of my classmates, it was in Manhattan, not even at a TKS thing, and we kind of like gravitated towards each other, and my arms just like floated up as if my body knew it wanted a hug, but I didn't realize my arms were doing that. And then I realized he was doing the same thing, and then we were like, I think we can hug, maybe. Okay. And then as things have opened up, and with vaccinations, and obviously everyone's still being careful, but a little more freedom to be in the flesh together, it's been really wild seeing how everything that you see on Zoom is so real, and the connection is so real. And at the same time, it's the first time I've ever felt in my life like the flattening of a screen, and how I feel like when you see a person and then you see them on screen after, like, you kind of do the math and the adjustment on its own. But when you just know someone from a screen and you see them in person, everything you saw is still there, but there's all these nuances, and literally feeling the three-dimensionality. There's details of their personality and quirks that don't get picked up by the camera, and kind of like the more prominent parts of the personality are pulled to the front on camera, versus you see them in person and that's still so present, but you're like, wow, there's this like, I thought you're such a hard ass, and you are, but there's also this like lovely tenderness that's kind of on the back foot, that I don't know if it's just because we're not in class or because we're not on screen, but you just see, makes me think of like a stained glass window where like the light's still coming through, but you're getting all of these deeper impressions of the colors that you knew were there. And it's really beautiful. There's something so special about TK, and part of it is the leadership and the example that is set, and part of it is the kind of people that are attracted to what this program offers. The community here is unlike anything I have ever encountered before. I have never encountered an institution that leads with its heart and its humanity the way that TK does. And being able to see myself through my classmates and be able to see my classmates doing the same thing I am aspiring to and working towards is really a magical thing, and taught me to appreciate myself in a whole other way, and has really shown me how much more room there is for me to find love for myself. It's been a really profound thing for me. It's given me something really stable and safe to find deeper parts of myself and love parts of myself that I have really avoided looking at, let alone caring for. And that's really special to me.